No, they don't. And I couldn't agree with you more. The media is so slanted, depending on they feed their base. They tell their base what the base wants to hear, and that's how they're keeping their ratings high. It is no longer neutral. It is no longer taboo because once upon a time, as a journalist, people should know what side of the fence you stood on any issue. That was one of the unwritten taboos in the world of journalism. And that's with politics or anything under the sun. Nowadays, there are entire networks that are dedicated to your political views. If you are on the right, you're probably watching and glued to Fox. If you're on the left, you're probably watching and glued to CNN. And you're being fed exactly what the media wants you to hear 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
That reminds me of the Twitter situation where when Elon Musk purchased Twitter and he found out that Twitter was basically being run and was inundated by CIA and FBI agents that were basically influencing what Twitter was putting out. And Elon Musk fired them all. And he exposed the fact that these big media outlets like Twitter was, like Facebook and so on and so forth, that they were controlled by the CIA and the FBI, which we now know hated the Trump administration. The CIA had 52 agents sign a declaration that basically that Trump was a Russian agent, and the FBI, they totally basically supported Hillary's false accusations again that Trump was a communist agent, a Russian agent. I mean, what is the media doing that? Why are they permitting all these, like you stated, being basically politicized by different groups? They need to be journalists. They need to be basically impartial and tell basically both sides of a story, not just one, and drum one story all the time. It's wrong.
You know, times change, and I believe that the days of impartiality, the days of not knowing where your favorite journalist stands politically, those days are gone. It's no more. You are watching these networks primarily because you agree with their messaging and you agree with the views. That's why you tune in. And they know that. And the almighty dollar dictates all. And if they're going to get the eyeballs, they're not going to stop. They're not going to go back, because if they have the dollars, the advertisers come in. So I think that those days are just gone, Hector.
No, I agree with you. And another thing, the disrespect for religion that we're seeing currently here. I mean, what is wrong with people not wanting to believe in God? What is wrong with people not abiding by the Bible? What is wrong with people? I mean, there are crazies in this country right now that want to change our Constitution. They want to change the U.S. Constitution. We have 2 parties and even 3 parties, and people should be electing, voting for whoever they want. Trump was voted in, and he was not respected. The FBI, the CIA were upset that he won the election, so they did a coup. They did a coup to try to force him out. Number one, they tried to arrest him, and they arrested him. Number two, when that didn't work, they had people try to assassinate him. And I don't think they've done enough to investigate the assassins. Like, for instance, there's very little known as to the motive of the shooter in Pennsylvania, in Butler. What's a 20-year-old kid doing trying to kill a president? Who's behind him? Was there money placed in foreign bank accounts in the name of this shooter? I've heard there was, but yet we don't hear enough. I mean, come on. Then you have the other shooter, who's now being tried, the one that tried to assassinate Trump at the golf course. What is known about him? Very little is known about him.
Yeah. The other shooter, he was actually just convicted on all charges.
Oh,
so he's more than likely going to spend the rest of his days behind bars.
Right. But there should be further investigations as to who was behind him, who's financing these people. Like all these protesters right now, they're being issued gas masks, they're being paid to go and protest. They're professional protesters, Shawn. And the people that are financing these people, those are the guys that need to be arrested. Those that hide behind the shadows.
Okay, you just said something that I don't think many people have ever even thought about, let alone can conceive. You're saying that many of the protesters that we see on the news daily, these are professional protesters that are being financed by groups that have the same ideologies?
Yes. Antifa is no secret. Antifa was getting millions of dollars by groups. They are to this day very well financed.
So when we see these protesters out and they actually have gas masks, this is not like they just picked it up themselves. They were being issued these gas masks.
There has been videos of vans pulling up and issuing gas masks to some of these protesters. And some of these protesters have admitted to law enforcement that they were being financed and paid to go out there and protest. They're not taking days off from work for nothing. They're actually being paid, financed by people that want to destroy this country.